So now we're going to talk about the races. So there are currently 21 races within this system. Um, that is quite a lot. Also, in addition to the fact that there is also hybrid ruling. So every single race will have multiple features, and each feature has a point value before it. When you are making a character, even if you are not doing hybrid rulings, when you're making a character, you will have 5 points to spend on features. If you want to do a hybrid and do multiple races, you can only do up to 2 races together. So you'll see points. There's the whole rules for things that so that way if you get multiple of the same, if you want to get multiple of the same thing, there's rules on how that works. So we're going to go ahead and get on into it. So going through each of the races, we have first off the Angel. Angels are humanoid divine, speed 6, size 3. Get a +1 to their wrath, justice, no common and divine as languages. Their features are dark vision, wings, angelic weapons, angel magic, and you can choose either to be a divine or a fallen angel. Next up is bird folk, which you will have humanoid hybrid, 6, size 3, +1 pride hope, common and avian as your languages. And which your features would be skills, wings to give you a flying speed, talons for a slashing weapon. Your talons are a weapon. Birdfolk scale, you can cast a gust of wind, or projectile feathers, where you can launch your feathers at creatures. Next up is the canine, which canines are humanoid hybrid, 6, speed 6, size 3, +1 to lust, fortitude, common, and canine. They will have keen senses, dark vision, beast fighting stance, where your claws are weapons, or therapy hound, where you're proficient in determine, have a burrowing speed of 2 spaces for expert digger. Fur coat will give you resistance or protection against frost damage and cold weather, and while not wearing armor, or adorable defense. While not wearing armor, your defense is 3 and resistance is increased by 1. Next up is the Katari, which are the cat folk. Humanoid hybrid, 6, speed 6, size 2 or 3. You get a +1 to your sloth prudence, and Kami and Katarish. Features are dark vision, cat's claws, quick reflexes on their feet, so they'll ignore the first 6 spaces of fall damage. Slick as a cat for proficiency in stealth, or zoomies, where you can, if you didn't move your previous action card, you can move double your speed. Then we have centaurs, which are fey hybrids. Your speed is 8, your size is 4, +1 to wrath, justice. Your languages are common and fey or nature's veil. You have your unique creature type, which also give you humanoid if you want to grab humanoid. You have equine build, where you are. This is essentially stuff for if you're going to hybrid race. These two are kind of here for that. Things that will be reworked. Everything you're going to see in all these videos, there's things that are subject to change. Things that will stay the same, things that won't. You'll have natural affinity, your hooves, and your charge. Next up is demon. This is the first one with sub-races. Demons are a humanoid demon. Speed 6, size 3, +1 to gluttony, temperance, common, and demonic. You get skills, demonic resilience, resilient soul for protection against soul damage, dark vision, and defiance of the damned. And then we're going to have the demon sub-races, which you will have bone demon for your retractable tail, burning tail, retractable appearance, and wings. Then you have your animal form. Then you have Farsi, which is animal form, necrotic touch, and spirit talk. And there's also going to be the cold, and then the scorched fire harpy, in which the cold are kind of like your Wendigo demons. Scorched fire harpies are just your burning harpy demons. We'll then move on to Draco, which will be your dragonborn substitute, in which they will have humanoid dragon type, speed 6, size 3, +1 pride hope, common and draconic. You'll get resistance to one of your you get protection from damage type dependent on your ancestry, which you'll see there's the type and then the colors that ancestry can be. So like acid is greens, light blue, red. Fire is orange, gold, and bronze. Frost is white, silver, indigo. Light is yellow, amber, opalescent. Sonic is dark blue, gray, and brown. Soul is pink, black, and cyan. And withering is purple, maroon, and mauve. Those different colors that you can be depending on your type. And your features, the other features are dark vision and armored scales. Which of them we go down to here? We have your more sub races. So Dracos have sub races for your Dragon's Breath, this will give you a breath weapon. You have the Feathered Draco, which will have like feathers instead of scales, to give you a few features there. There is the Lohikaru, which are mutant centaur Dracos with 4 arms. And that is all your features are based around those. There's the Molten Draco, which will have their scales glow and essentially allow them to do stuff during combat. They're essentially the combat Dracos. And then there's the Winged Dracos, which will be the ones with wings. Pretty obviously wings. Next race is Dryad, so this is going to be your plant people. The creature types of humanoid plant, size 3, or speed 6, size 3, +1 envy faith, common and nature's veil. We have a handful of features based around that: wood and growth, nature's gift, tree speech, flowery body, healing aroma. Then we have our dwarves, which are going, first, common and recognizable species. I mean, centaur, I guess there was a few that were, but this is, like one of the base. We have humanoid. They are speed 5, size 3, +1 to gluttony, temperance. They know common, dwarvish, and one other of their choice for languages. They have dark vision, your dwarven resilience, your dwarven toughness, dwarven combat training, and stone cunning. And then next we will have our elemental kin, which will be our, half elementals. So they will have the elemental and humanoid creature types. Speed 6, size 3, +1 greed, charity. Languages: common, elemental, one other of your choice. Their features are dark vision, elemental affinity, unnatural rest, and elemental legacy. You have a few things there. Then your sub-races are air, fire, earth, and water, the classic 4. Which is little descriptions more specifically about each of those sub-races. And then some of the features that they would all get. Next up is the elf, which are humanoids, speed 6, size 3, +1 to greed, charity. Language is common, elvish, shadow speech, or light speech. They have dark vision, trance, fey ancestry, weapon training, and natural magic. And they have 3 sub-races as well, being the dark elf, the light elf, and the wood elf, in which elves have horns in the setting. So your dark elf is kind of to be gray, or like a darker gray, or like pale kind of bluish on the skin. They get superior dark vision and dark elf magic, which is to be light, hex, and the equivalent of fairy fire. I don't remember. I gotta place the name of this. We have the light elves, which will be much more brighter, like light gray and pale white skin tones. Their features are shining horns, allowing them to cast a primary illusion spell, tier 1 spell, and base telepathy, where they can communicate with people close by. And then your wood elves, which is your base elves, get base walking speed of 7, and while in natural areas, advantage on stealth checks. So increased walking speed and a little bit more stealthy in nature. Next up is the faun. Fauns are fey, speed 7, size 3. Race bonus is lust, fortitude, common and fey creature types. They have dark vision, fey ancestry, forest weird, nimble-footed, trance, and skilled. I'm not going to really be reading through too much of this. There's 21 races to go through, and I still got to do another video after this. Next up is goblin. They are also fey. Speed 6, size 2, +1 to greed, charity. They know common, fey, and goblin. Their features are dark vision, nimble escape, agile climber, fury of the small, and insult slinger. Next up is human. Now, before I scroll down to show the features, human's always an interesting one to work with. I actually had quite some fun and gave them quite a few features. So, creature type humanoid, speed 6, size 3, +1 to any stat of your choice, common and one other language of your choice. Humans' features are additional drives, skilled at anything, adrenaline, special training, and hunter's intuition. Next up is the Inchling. Inchlings are a creature type of Fey. Their speed is 2 or 4 for climbing. Their racial bonus is +1 to Envy Faith. Their size is 1. These guys are very tiny, hence the name Inchling. Languages are Common, Fey, and one other language of their choice. Their features are super light, super tiny, minuscule, micro will. And then you have 3 subraces for the Inchlings, being the Beasthide, the Fairy, and the Forest Child. Which Beasthide have their whole Beasthide stuff, Fairies have Fairy Flight, and Forest Child have Forest Fall and Pocket Sized. Next up is the Kitsune. Kitsunes are creature type Fey Humanoid, speed 6, size 3, +1 to Lust Fortitude. Languages Common, Spirit, and Divine. Their features are Cunning Mind, Tales of Power, the only zero-cost feature in the entire book, which because it's just cosmetic. Guises, spirit creatures, animal form, spiritual awareness, dark vision, and nimble foxes. Then is Kobold. This does not have its official art yet. The art is being worked on, so this is just temporary stuff that I have. Kobolds are humanoid dragons, speed 6, size 2, +1 to Gluttony Temperance. They know Common, Kobold, and Draconic. Their features are Dark Vision, Pack Tactics, and Draconic Cry. And they actually have sub-races. Being a Cavern Kobold, you have Kobold Legacy, where you have options of things. You have the Hunter Kobolds, which get battle ready and sniff them out. You have the Resolute Kobolds, which have 4 arms instead of 2, which is straight up has the feature for 4 arms. And the Winged Kobolds, which have leathery wings. Next up is the Molly Hen. Now, you may have noticed we don't really have gnomes or halflings because they've both kind of been put together into this one for this game. So we have the Molly Hens, which are humanoid, speed 5, size 2, +1 to Sloth Prudence, Common, one other language of their choice. Their features are Natural Luck, Molly Hen Cunning, Speak with Small Beasts, Artificer's Lore, Brave, and Nimble. Then next we have the Myconid, the other plant species. So they are plant humanoid, speed 6, size 3, +1 to Sloth Prudence, Common, and Shroomish. They have small and nimble, poisonous spores, proficiency. It's gonna be heavy proficiency or medium proficiency, whatever I'm gonna name it. But heavy armor and shields, and then superior dark vision. Next we have the Orcs, which are hybrid humanoid, speed 6, size 3, +1 to Wrath Justice. They get Common and Orcish. Their features are powerful build, aggressive, unbreakable, adrenaline rush, and dark vision. And we're coming to the end here. We have 2 left with Robot, which are creature type of construct, size 3, speed 6, +1 to Pride Hope. Languages are Common, Binary, and one other language of your choice. Robots have Heat Vision, Sentry's Rest, Maintenance, Integrated Weapon, and Bloodless. And then finally, to end off the races, we have the Serpent Folk. Serpent Folk are a humanoid hybrid, speed 7, size 4, +1 to Gluttony Temperance, Common, Demonic, and one other language of your choice. Serpent Folk also have Heat Vision. They also have skills for proficiency in Medicine and Nature, Poison Resilience, Constriction, Tough Scales, Magic Resistance, Keen Smell, and Athletics. Now that is going to be every single one of the races that are currently in this book, all 21 of them. Yes, it is quite a lot, and yes, I'm wanting to add more, but I also don't want to add more at the same time, because I kind of like where it's at currently. But do not be surprised if more are added or some are taken away in the final thing. So that's going to be it for this video. This is for our races, and then our next video will be on the classes, all 20 of them. That's going to be quite a video, isn't it? Anyway, remember to like and subscribe and check out the next video if it's out.